Welcome to the Nyam Trod channel. I'm JuicyChef, your host, and today is very special to me because I'm introducing the second series of the Nyam Trod Home Bar series. A lot of you really liked it and said, Juicy, you have to continue. I am most touched because I have my first international sponsor, Remy Cointreau, which is a luxury house of fine liqueurs and spirits. And today I have my dear friends, Kemar Lewis and Rain Sibley's, who are represented CPJ as it's affectionately known in Jamaica. So Kemar, would you like to introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah, man, certainly. Thank you so much for having us. Kemar Lewis. I am the category manager of spirits, beverages, and beers at CPJ. I can tell you, it's fun doing what I do. You don't have to ask or wonder. I'm delighted every morning I wake up. But it's an opportunity for me to showcase the best the world has to offer to Jamaica. So long we have been showing the best Jamaica has to offer to the world, vis-a-vis Bob Marley, Usain Bolt, or coffees. I think it's only fair that the world gets a chance to showcase what it has in terms of the best to our Jamaican partners.
I think that's fantastic. And Rain, so Rain is my dear friend, so full disclosure, Rain's one of my first friends in Jamaica, and also Rain is my go-to person when I want premium spirits. I'm like, Rain, can I order this? Can I order that? So Rain, welcome.
Thank you.
So what do you do at CPJ?
Thank you so much. It's actually quite an honor to be here. I mean, when you asked, I was like, joining someone like Kemar, who is our cognac connoisseur on the island. About a year ago, I was handling their mid-tier to premium business between New England and GoldenEye. And then when the first case got announced, I knew instantly that the entire place was going to shut down. So I picked up the phone and called Tom, and I was like, hey Tom, do you have sort of the legs to be able to do home deliveries in Kingston? And he blessed me to go out and go get it. And so I found a graphic artist, a van man, a car man, and a bike man.
I love it.
And launched the business in March.
Then of course, we have multiple houses here at CPJ that I do manage. One of the things I do want people to understand is that what makes Remy Martin special, one thing that makes Remy Martin special is that, as you just alluded to, it's thin champagne cognac, right? What does that mean? It really means it's coming from the region in Cognac that has the best chemically compound soil to allow draining and just the fulfillment of the most beautiful grapevines for the ODVs. For the Caribbean region and for most internationally, we do VSOP. That's where we start. We're talking about 4 to 12 years in a bottle here. It's aged 4 to 12 years. And you're gonna be having taste profiles of figs, licorice, oranges, marmalade, that kind of a taste profile coming from the VSOP. Very well known product. Again, today the VSOP is the number one selling VSOP in Jamaica.
Yeah, and also wanting to appeal to people who are rum drinkers, because this is still very much rum country. And so, the challenge to me as I do the direct to consumer and corporate sales is qualifying it as something that you would want to give as an option or a gift for somebody who already drinks rum, because the idea is that you sort of want to expand your palate and expose your palate, and particularly know that travel is somewhat restricted, be transported and visit some of these beautiful places through spirit, in spirit.
Yes, I love that.
To speak a little bit of 1738 though, so this is a commemorative edition for that time, the Accord Royale. So it's a beautiful product. How does it differ from the VSOP? The taste profile, I'd say, is a little bit more feminine, a lot more delicate, a lot more soft. We're talking about more butterscotch coming out on your palate. I mean, it's beautiful actually, easier drinking a little bit compared to the VSOP. Smooth is what I wanted to leave you with. Yeah. When you think about the 1738 and you're going to introduce a sidecar, once you use the 1738, it becomes the royal sidecar.
It's good to know because I do love to make a sidecar, but I've never made it yet with the 1738, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, please do. Then we go to the XO. We're talking about 4 to 37, 40 years aged. which allows, again, a taste profile that is divine, exceptional. For this, if you ask me, you say, Kumar, how do I enjoy the XO? I would say to you, hey, either neat or with maybe a cube of ice. But if you have to have something on it, I'd say coconut water does very well as well in the Caribbean here.
Good,
Yeah. Very delightful, great for dessertive. I mean, I would say don't pour it too heavy. It's a little bit more pricey, right?
Right, yeah. Just neat,
Yeah, just enjoy it and sip responsibly.
The XO in particular sort of stands out because it's one of those. It's one of the products in the Remy Martin portfolio that pairs exquisitely with food.
The bottle itself is just so beautiful.
I mean, I had the pleasure of actually selling Louis XIII, which is not here.
God. Right, the Louis XIII.
Louis XIII is the ultimate gift.
I was saying to Kumar, my back in Paris, my friend's father was celebrating his 70th and came out the Louis XIII, and I'm like, because I had never seen it before. We all got like a little taste, and I'm like, wow. Because I never knew it existed before that 70th birthday party. So for you to find one and bring it here, that is amazing.
I mean, we're talking about 100 years in the bottle, guys. I mean, it is divinity.
Yeah. So Remy Cointreau, as we said, it's a luxury house of brands and spirits. Obviously, this is the flagship, the Remy Martin Cognac. But we have other spirits that are non-Cognac spirits. So can we speak about those?
Right. I am going to say to you, I'm going to go straight into, we keep it brown spirits for now, and go to Bruichladdich. Now, Bruichladdich is situated on Isla. It's a beautiful expression of Isla single malt whiskey. Again, Bruichladdich is acclaimed, which has been proven many times, is the world's most peated Scotch, heavily peated Scotch. And again, based on the terroir of Isla in Scotland, it's a lot of influence that's being had by the sea there. So the saltiness and then the terroir being so peated naturally lends itself to the Octomore being what it is. I know, for example, in Jamaica, our taste profile is a little bit more to the space side, Highland malt, with some other brands. But if you want to, and again, that's a good thing about people who are Scotch drinkers. We like to explore.
Yes.
And we like to see, really and experience a golden dram for wherever or whatever brand it is. So I know if you've not tried it yet, you should eventually.
What I love about this house is that they don't use dyes in the product. It's all natural.
Yeah. No caramel being added. It's a matter of being as true to the product as possible and as natural as possible.
They're kind of like the mavericks of the Scotch world, aren't they? They're kind of like the rebels.
We love brands that are conscious and conscientious, especially now, to be sort of putting that out there and continuing to grow and move forward.
We're going to speak or take it a little bit back now to the Caribbean, to our home, or our neighbors, I should say, where we speak about Monkey. So, I mean, it is the oldest deed currently right now, put us by them, 1703. So that makes them the oldest rum distiller. It's a beautiful, beautiful rum. If you're a shipper folk, if you go to sea, you would see that Mount Gay rum on ships. But if you asked me, hey Kumar, where would I start, or recommend you to start with Mount Gay, I'd recommend you to start either the Black Barrel or the XO. Yeah, two beautiful expressions, easy drinking.
Yeah, I mean, this rum, sort of kind of goes through a similar process in that it's subject to tropical aging, which allows it to, it goes quicker.
Yes.
It's a combination of 3 hand-selected rums that go up to about 30 years of aging.
Yeah.
Gorgeous bottle, beautiful liquid.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, so we're not stepping on any toes, guys, but we're talking about the Remy Cointreau because I have some friends from Martinique. Oh, our rum agricole is superior. And then, of course, in Jamaica's, ours is the best.
So,
so it's like a friendly rivalry in the Caribbean about the dip. And they're all beautiful rums.
Indeed.
So we spoke about cognac, Scotch, now we're moving into the gin.
Yes.
Right.
So, again, botanist gin is a gin under the house of Remy Cointreau, and it's actually from the distillers at Bruichladdich as well. Yes. So because of the the versatility of the terroir and the botanicals that were present on the island, it was quite easy for them then to, get the botanicals together. And a wonderful expression again.
I've always loved the bottle, I just think, and it's so smooth.
Yeah, wonderful expression.
Yes.
Botanist was one of those brands that I gravitated towards, and I just started putting it out there in terms of the different things that you could do with it, and considering that we were now in a time that on-premise is suffering and there was a lot of closures in the hospitality industry, we basically not only built equity in this brand, but grew the brand significantly, to the point where we actually sold out a bit for a minute.
Yes, I remember trades. I was like, when are they coming?
Yeah.
And they've now discovered this beautifully clean and fresh gin that drinks like a vodka for people who do not like gin.
Gin, right.
I would say if you are not a gin lover, the Botanist is something that you have to try, because one, like I said, it drinks like a vodka, so it's you don't get that heavy junipery flavor profile, but also you can infuse it with different things. You can infuse it with using rosemary, you can use fruit, you can use spice, and create your own sort of cocktail, sort of be the botanist.
To that point, we're not going to dwell on this, but I've heard people say that they've been infusing it with some of our most wanted herbs, as well, to see what kind of profile will come up from that.
That's awesome.
Last but not least, the Cointreau. Now, this for me is a sexy, multi-purpose liqueur. I make my chocolate truffles with them. We had no choice in the Cordon Bleu, we had to use the Cointreau, but actually it's excellent, and this is one of the flagship again, so I just thought it'd be nice to end with this one, Kemar, so could you...
I mean, we're talking about Cointreau, and again, the cellar master would have selected the finest orange peels, both bitter and sweet orange peels, and the distillation process is very traditional. They made sure to keep it that way over years, since 1849.
This is natural ingredients, bittersweet orange peels. For folks that are looking for cocktails that have a low alcohol content, Cointreau is an excellent option, but it is a true icon. And so triple sec is it is the original triple sec, and the reason that it makes the perfectly balanced and such a great cocktail is that Cointreau actually has a large percentage of orange essential oils, which come directly from the peels.
I'm a purist when it comes to some cocktails, and I know that the margarita was actually, the original margarita was made with Cointreau.
Absolutely.
So for me, if you're going to do a margarita, make sure the Cointreau is in there. Likewise, when you mentioned the sidecar earlier, it has to have Cointreau. It was also made with Cointreau. I love it. It pairs so beautifully with a range of liqueurs, and the versatility of this liqueur is just it's unmatched. It just matches when you have that fresh lime juice.
Oh my God!
So especially in a tropical country like ours, it's so refreshing, and even what I love with Cointreau, sometimes we have that little gap when there's no citrus available. But once you have your Cointreau to provide that acidity to your drinks, you don't even miss the fresh juices, because this is a great stand-in. So I would tell people to do invest in a bottle, because a little goes a long way.
Whatever I choose in my glass is I want to choose the best, so that opportunity for that to happen is very limited. So I want my 100% blue agave in my margarita, and I do want my 40% Cointreau as well in my...
Absolutely.
Absolutely, 100% agree.
Try, test it, and prove it.
Yes. And I love that you said that, just to to continue that. I tell, because people just assume, oh, Jackie, you drink a lot. Actually, no, I don't. But I drink less and drink well.
People assume that of me as well.
Yeah, I can imagine, right? Yeah,
and I'm with you on that.
Yes, right?
Totally
yes,
with you on that.
yeah.
I do not drink every day.
Yes.
So I get why there's always like alcohol in my own. Quality over quantity.
Exactly, always.
I don't know you guys to speak on that.
Whatever. So we're going to start at the beginning, as Ray said earlier. We're going to start with the VSOP.
So guys, again, I just poured you with the VSOP. again, it's almost inviting you right away to nose.
Yes.
Yeah.
A beautiful, beautiful expression there. You're smelling the oranges, the marmalade, the licorice. And again, we're gonna go straight in and top lip first, guys.
I love Cognac. This reminds me of my dad, sitting down with him, sharing a glass, on a Sunday. This triggers a beautiful memory.
Yeah.
Happy.
What I tend to do sometimes, I use the traditional drinks and I try to do a Caribbean twist. Thank you very much.
Yes, I did pineapple ginger with, it was like 2 teaspoons of pineapple ginger and then a big teaspoon of marmalade. And then I sort of shook it with lime juice and poured it over ice.
You're making that for me too, right?
And then,
teasing us with,
and it was gorgeous.
I can imagine.
I topped it up with coconut water.
Jamaican expression, take your handmade fashion.
Yeah.
But that's a beauty. You know what? Even though we've been in quarantine, I think it's been a time of creation for a lot of people. You're staying at home and get creative and have fun, play around with ingredients and stuff, and you come up with like your delicious creation that you just said.
Too long life, c'est la
Yeah,
vie.
votre santé.
So it's really
So
important.
good.
Yeah.
I actually taste fig in this.
Okay. Fine. But you do have a little bit more of a delicate,
Very.
around your
Less,
butter.
it's less harsh.
Yeah.
It's more smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely picked up that caramelly butterscotchy. This is yum.
I've heard people say pineapple. I've not tasted that myself, but then everybody's palate is their own. So yeah.
Like mapley. Kind of.
Yeah, is that maple? It's delicious.
Royale.
It's a bit fruitier.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is lovely.
Yeah, definitely the orange. Getting some more orange in there.
This is
For
divine.
sure.
If you were supposed to ask me, hey Kimar, how do you enjoy your egg so? Again, with a slice of sweet potato pudding, people, let me tell you, hella top, hella bottom.
Yeah.
Everything alright, you know what I mean?
That's
Very
what
nice.
I love. We can
Very
mix
nice.
it up,
Yeah. We cheers in, cheers
Cheers again.
Santé.
Santé. Thank you so much for joining me here today.
Perfect.
Thanks for welcoming me into your family.
Yeah.
And I look forward to the relationship we have and creating cocktails with these, different varietals and the cognacs, the scotch, the Cointreau, everything. I'm excited.
Pleasure as always.
Yes, I'm so excited and I'm honored. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us on this special Home Bar CPJ Remy Cointreau edition. And I hope that you enjoy the cocktails to come with it as they've shared with you today. And again, once you take a sip and taste the mastery, the effort, the hard work in these brands, and again, as we all agree, drink less, but drink well. So you can make this luxury brand yours by using what we have here in the Caribbean. Rain suggested coconut water, Kimar, sweet potato pudding. In the cocktails I'm gonna do, as always, I'm gonna infuse local ingredients. So don't be intimidated, because you know what? Jamaicans, we have good tastes, and we love that. So thank you so much for joining me, Jackie, the Juicy Chef of Nyam Trod, and my friends, Kimar Lewis and Rain Sibley's of Caribbean Producers. And I want to take the time out to thank Naima and Pascal from Remy Martin for reaching out to me and inviting me to be a part of the House of Remy Cointreau. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon with some lovely cocktail videos. Bye.